Hello, beautiful souls. How are you? I was thinking today about the notion that recovery is for life. I feel like there is a reality that isn't talked about in these spaces very much, which is that the maintenance of recovery is not spoken about. I think because people are maybe afraid to talk about it because they're afraid they're going to get slammed as not being recovered. Like, that they're lying, that they're not really recovered. I was thinking about this today because I have, in the past few months, with everything that's been going on, really fallen out of my habits. My body's been through the ringer, like it's been through so much these last few months. And it's been hanging in there for me. But I know it's not sustainable, and I know I have to come home to all the things I teach you guys every week. But if I didn't come home to it, and it came back, what would that mean? Would that mean that I never recovered? Would that mean that I'm not really well? Would that mean that I was just in remission and all of this jazz? Like, I don't like to use the words remission and relapse because I don't think of illness in this context. I think of it more as your life becomes unmanageable and it gets to a breaking point and something manifests like call and answer. So like the body's calling you and you don't answer. And eventually it calls so loudly that you have no choice but to answer. And you enter into a new relationship when you have ME/CFS in which you are in communication with the body. And if you leave communication with the body, if you abandon that, the body starts to call to you again, begging you to answer. And it gives you a window of time in which you don't have to answer. And then if you don't, eventually it makes you. And that would be the relapse, right? But I don't think of it as remission and relapse. And I was thinking today about how everything that is worth anything requires maintenance. For instance, if you want to get in shape. So getting in shape is hard, but staying in shape once the gains have been achieved is also hard. Once you have the great body, it just requires you to keep doing the same things. But it's also easy to stop doing what you're doing because you are living with the benefits of this great body now. And I think ME/CFS is the same way. You recover and you're living in the benefits of ME/CFS recovery. You have your life back. You can do what you like. And so the motivation to stay recovered you think would be at an all-time high, but actually it's easy to slip. Relationships require maintenance. You earn this beautiful love you have with a friend or let's say a romantic partner, and then you get married. Now you have the benefits of being married, and so you coast. Even though you should be putting in work into your marriage, both parties, in order to maintain the health of that relationship. Kind of silly to think that recovery from ME/CFS would not require maintenance, that would be the determining factor of whether or not you're really well, you're really healed or not. I guess this message is to myself and also to all of you to say that I have not found that to be true, and I think it would be better if in these recovery spaces, people spoke to that more. This is a lifelong journey. Getting well and staying well and not returning to the person you were and the things you used to do is hard. It requires a lot. Rooting for you always and in all ways.